Do you love ARRTX? I love ARRTX, and I have more acrylic markers. I know, I love this. My whole coloring supply is turning into some like ARRTX queendom. I love it. Today we are reviewing a 36 set from ARRTX. They have kindly sent me this to review on the channel. So here we are. This set that I have in my hot little hands boasts better coverage and fewer pen marks. So let's put these to the test. Very rattly. I don't know if you guys are into rattly sounds. This gives me a bit of a tick. Okay, so here we have today's ARRTX Acrylic Marker set. Box flat lay, looking lovely. Okay, so we've got 36 colors. If we wrap her up, here we go. Usual card that comes with it. Okay, so we've got 2 trays. So that's tray 1, tray 2. These look a little bit different to the ARRTX acrylic markers that I usually have. So these are the standard ones that I have here. These ones look more like a highlighter almost. And if we compare the pair, yeah, so to me these brush nibs look about the same size. So the good thing about these ones that I've just got here today is the sticker is already on there. So we've got the sticker and the number. Whereas with this set here, you've got to put the sticker on yourself, which no problem. And so all we do with these is just before each use, you just give them a bit of a shake. Alrighty, so taking a look at the colors on the back. So they're in color order. So we've got a really good even amount of colors, I think. Maybe a bit heavier on the oranges and the reds, and maybe not as much on the purples, which is normal. It's quite usual for that to take place, I find, with any kind of art medium. Purples are always a little bit scarce. Instructions on the back, so shake well before use, open the cap, start using, retap tightly after use. Cautions, the ink needs to be shaken evenly before each use to prevent the ink from splattering, close the cap when shaking. So that is standard across the board when it comes to the ARRTX markers. So I'm gonna swatch them and then let's see them in action and I'll give you my thoughts, etc. Alrighty, so I've done a quick swatch on these. Now, they've come up pretty good. There's no metallic colors here. These are just completely flat colors, so you've got your bolds and your pastels. These are a great alternative, I think, if you are not wanting a huge set. So for example, the set of 90, which is absolutely massive. So these are great if you just want a small set and the box is quite small, which is nice. And you're just after some pastel-y and some bright colors, no fuss. That black has come up really well. That is so thick. So they're all really juicy. A couple of these grays are looking a little bit streaky, but I think they just might need a bit more of a mix up to get a solid color, but otherwise they're really thick. In terms of bleed through, not much. There's a bit of a shadow. I wouldn't call that bleed through. This paper is so thin, you can see like shadows underneath it almost. It's very thin graph paper, so the fact that that doesn't bleed through on this is a really good sign, because it means that on coloring books it's going to be even better, I think. My favorite color, I reckon, is this one here. It's bright green. It's so pretty. Really nice oranges and reds and pinks, so really nice warm colors. The cool colors probably could do with a few more. I would almost omit some of the grays. So we've got a warm gray and a cool gray to choose from. I would almost omit some of those, or I'd probably like to see this bumped up to 40 and maybe just have a few more cool colors on as an option. So maybe a few more teals. We've got a bit like a lighter teal here, A couple of lighter ones, a couple of darker ones would be nice, but I'm just saying that because that's like my color preference. But overall, really good, great to use, really juicy. I have a few ideas of testing this in a coloring book, which we will go to now. Okay, friends, so I have decided to do a page out of Millie Marotta's Secrets of the Sea. I have found a really nice ocean themed mandala that we could do. That is this one here. I've got a lot of ideas when it comes to these beautiful waves that the dolphins are kind of emerging out of. There's some really beautiful line art that we could work with as well. And I might even add some glitter and embellishments of some other sets that I have, but I think this would be a perfect image to test out these markers with. So let's have a crack, shall we? Okay, so here is our completed page, and you can see I've been able to cover up a lot of those black lines, a lot of Millie's line art. So I've got some nice solid colors there. Thoughts on these as I was using them? Yep, pretty good. This one was getting a bit explodey on me, this T508. So I just had to get a cloth and wipe the base of the nib there. All I would do is when I wasn't using it, I would just stand it up on its end so that it could kind of like drain out of the nib, because I was assuming too much had just pulled there, and because I couldn't really, you can't really take the acrylic paint away and put it back in, so you just have to try and, I guess, negate the flow. And on the other hand, I found this one, this T720, to be a little bit dry at the end, so I've had to shake it a fair amount, and then I've been sitting it like that to try and bring some of it down. So unfortunately, because these you can't activate them, if they dry out a bit, you've just got to try and mix it up a bit, and yeah, just like sitting it up like that against the box. Colors that I've used for this, if you're interested. So I know I did say a lot of the, with the grays, I was like, oh, do we need that many? But yeah. So I've used three grays. So I've got the T710, T720, T730, and so that's for the dolphins. And then I've also just used an Ohuhu glitter marker, which I had explode on me a few times as well, which you might see if you look closely, and then just a Signo silver sparkly gel pen. And so for the waves, T508, so this is the one that's got a bit thick, T575, T406, and T570. So I used 7 colors today. In addition, I just used this Jelly Roll Pen Touch. No, it's made by the same people that make Jelly Roll. This is Pen Touch by Sakura, so Jelly Roll is also by Sakura. What else did I use? Yeah, I just used like a teal glitter marker as well, just for some of these water movements. I've also used, you can see all this shimmery stuff here. Let me zoom you in. You can see all these beautiful little shimmery bits. So I used the Distress Ink, the mica stain, which was super fun. So Wonderland and Frosty Mint. Anyway, that's beside the point because this is about ARRTX. So also let me show you, did we bleed through? The markers didn't know, however the Distressed Ink, the Distress Ink stuff did. So I've got no bleed through, so, which is fine because I can go over this page with acrylic marker too. I'm actually looking at quite a few in this book, and I'm even thinking of doing these two in acrylic marker, which would be fun. There's a lot you could do. Yeah, I feel like it's been pretty good coverage. I did do 2 to 3 layers to really get rid of those lines. So I feel like it's pretty good, and I did notice that these are quite thick. I feel like they do hold true to what they claim, that they're quite thick. They are. So it says better coverage and fewer pen marks. So I would 100% agree with what they're claiming that this particular marker does. I would 100% agree. So if you're interested in this set, I'll leave all the details in the description. I'm secretly loving that the stickers were already there and I didn't have to do them. So great. So yes, I definitely feel that these are the most juiciest out of all the acrylic markers that I have now. So the sim taps being next level, but I think it has activated them too much. But so in terms of markers where you don't activate them, these are definitely the juiciest that I have. The only problem that I had was, yeah, just with this one, it just got a bit too juicy. I don't know if you can, you might have noticed in some of my like B-roll footage that was there as I was coloring. And it was so funny because every time I was trying to film portions for the video, I just kept on making mistakes and having pens explode on me. I feel like I'm on a game show or an infomercial. Thank you so much for joining me for today's review on the 36 set of ARRTX markers. I would love to know what your thoughts are in the description below. If you would also like to purchase these, I will leave all the details in the video notes as well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be there, somewhere. I'll catch you later.